Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I really had a great weekend at my niece's engagement party. We had a blast. Everyone looked great. I think she really enjoyed her night, as well as the future groom. Okay, so my project today is a quick and easy one. This one you can make with a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. And of course, if you want to make it out of cardstock, you could add some designer series paper. But I think this might be close to what I'm going to be making for giving out for Halloween. All right, so the box measures 1.5 by 3 by 1. And inside here is some Halloween treats. This time I have the Kit Kats and the Fangs. So you could put regular Hershey bars or whatever you like in there. It's just enough for a little sweet treat, not too much so that you have to give out a whole bunch, but I think it's really cute. All right, this is my host code. Please put that in for any purchases under $150, not including shipping and tax, and I will send you a little treat. Okay, so I'm using the Tricks and Treats dies for the Trick or Treat and for this die here. And the Bag of Bones dies I'm using just for the bats. So if you have other bats, or if you happen to have gotten the glow-in-the-dark bats and ghosts before they sold out, you can use those instead. But I did get a nice tip from my subscriber Lynn. She told me, she said strapping tape, to put a piece of strapping tape onto a piece of basic black cardstock. I think maybe what she meant was the packaging tape that I use. So that's what I used, and I just tried to smooth it out, and then wherever there wasn't a little wrinkle is where I put the die and cut it out, and they come out so cute in there. They're nice and shiny. So thank you, Lynn. I just had to use that tip right away. All right, so I cut out the 3 bats from Bag of Bones dies out of basic black cardstock along with some packaging tape on top. We need some very vanilla cardstock to stamp the sentiment, and we need a piece of Them Bones designer series paper that is 6x6. So you could use whatever 6x6 scraps you have left. If you like this side better, whatever you like. Okay, so I'm going to get my Simply Scored, and we're going to start, well, on one of the 6-inch sides. All right, so if you have a pattern on yours, you want it straight up and down at this point, if you want it to be like this. Okay, all right, so we're going to score at 1, 2.5, 3.5, and 5. Turn it 1/4 turn, and then score this side at 1/2, 1.5, 4.5, and 5.5. All right, now I'm going to gently burnish and score each one of these score lines. You don't want to press extra hard because we don't want to. It's not cardstock, it's only DSP. All right. Okay, so how I have this is the 1/2-inch strips. The skinniest rectangles are on the top and the bottom. All right, and then the rest of it is symmetrical. So just make sure that the 1/2-inch spots are on the top and the bottom. The 1/2-inch strips, rectangles. All right, and I'm going to start over here on the left, and we're going to count to the 2nd score line and cut it up to the 2nd score line. Now there's 1, 2, 3 rectangles and a square. We're going to take all of them off. I take off the score line with it just to make this part smooth. Okay, go to the next score line. Cut it to the 2nd score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom of the square, and then wedge the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the 2nd score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom of the square, and wedge both sides of that square. Okay, now we're going to turn it. Make sure that your other skinny rectangle is at the bottom. And we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of the rectangle on the bottom, and wedge both sides of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line. Next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and then wedge both sides of the square. Okay, then we're going to take these 4 pieces off. And then the next thing we're going to do is just get a corner rounder, and we're going to round the corners on the edge here. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring and cutting. Okay, now I'm going to start over at this end, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each one of the tabs, and we're going to take the score line on the top of the tab and make it straight with this rectangle that's on the inside, the bigger one. Just make sure everything's nice and straight. And then the other side. Okay, and then we're going to connect these tabs to the other side of the same rectangle. So put some glue, and then again attach the score line on the top of the tab to this other side of the same rectangle. And you can use your Stampin' Seal for this because it's paper, or if you like, you could use your Stampin' Seal Plus. Or tear and tape too. Alright, and close these little tabs in. Make sure everything's nicely done here. Okay, then just put the tabs in, and you can tuck this if you want to. You can tuck to close it, but if you tuck it, you're probably going to need to round the corners at least of the sides of the little tabs. All right, but I'm just going to leave it like this because we're going to put a nice ribbon on it. Okie doke. Now let's do our stamping while that dries. So we need our piece of Very Vanilla and some pumpkin pie ink. And just make sure you leave enough space so that this die will be able to be cut out. All right. And I'm going to cut that out, and you would put your packaging tape over the basic black cardstock and cut them out. That die again is from the Bag of Bones dies. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so there is our die cut. All right, now this is dried up. I'm going to put my Kit Kat and my Hershey bar in there. This one came out opposite. If you look, the houndstooth is the opposite way. I don't know how I did it, so I must have started with it upside down. So when you put it down, just make sure that your pattern is going this way and it's upside down. It doesn't really matter with the houndstooth, thank goodness. Okay, then we're going to get our black and Very Vanilla large checked ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow. I'm going to put it pretty close to the top on this side here. All right, and then I'm just going to clip it off. Okey-doke. And then we're going to get some dimensionals, and I'm going to put a bunch on here just because it's going to hold on to the ribbon for me. I'm just going to make sure my ribbon is in the center, and then put this nicely on there. All right, and I'm using the bats for the final touch this time. And what I'm going to do is use my Take Your Pick tool on the sticky end. Flip these over to the right side, and I'm going to get some liquid glue. So I'm just going to pick it up, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue. A little bit, and then maybe just push it around onto those wings. There we go. And I'll put that one up here. And then the smaller one I'm going to put next to the oar. And then the larger one I'm going to put this way, and the wing is going to be up a little bit. That's all right. There we go. Oops, I'm putting the wrong thing on. All right, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, my email is below, along with the link to my blog that has all of the directions written out, and a link to my shop. There's also a link down there to join my Facebook group, which I put little announcements, and I do put a post of each project on there. Alrighty, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.